This next part's my favorite part, cause it's time to shine. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hip, sit it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and take to the floor.
Hello, and welcome to the first Otter update of the decade. I'm your host, Brady Statham.
And I'm Ethan Danner. And boy, do we have a show for you today.
That's right, so let's get started. Let's take a look at our concurrent and PSEO class options.
And after that, we'll take a look at our brand new cafeteria. Take it away.
Senior reporter Tucker Ugsted here, about to interview some teachers on the concurrent classes that they teach. Senior reporter Tucker Ugsted here with
Ben Jurgens.
Mr. Jurgens. How many concurrent classes do you teach here?
I teach 2 right now.
So you're teaching 2 college classes. What 2 are they?
I teach college general psychology and I teach college positive psychology.
What are the benefits of taking a college class at the high school rather than like at M State?
Well, in my opinion, just being in the high school experience, you get to go to high school one time, and I think it's important to be here during those. In my opinion, I think it's important to be here and to enjoy going to high school and being with your friends and living through the experiences.
From your point of view, how are the kids liking the college classes that you teach?
I think over the years they've enjoyed it. I'm sure that there's probably a few students that maybe weren't all that excited about it afterwards, but overall I've had a positive feedback for both my classes.
Perfect. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Senior reporter Tucker Ugsted here with
Mindy Christensen.
Ms. Christensen. How many concurrent classes do you teach?
I teach college writing 1 and 2, college public speaking, and college intercultural communication.
How are the kids liking the classes that you teach?
I guess you would have to ask them, but in prior classes I have them take a survey at the end of the course, and in general the results have been pretty positive.
What's the benefit of taking a class at the high school instead of the college?
I guess if you want to get college credit, staying on campus lets you stay really involved in all activities, and you also get a lot of help from your teachers. You get more work time because you have more days of the week in class. So I would say there are a lot of benefits to taking the classes here rather than at the college.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
There you have it, folks. There's the teachers that teach some of the concurrent classes that are offered here.
Senior reporter Caden Peterson here with people to interview them about their concurrent classes. We're here with Carly Meese. Carly, what college classes are you taking here at the high school?
Calculus and government.
Would you recommend a college class for students who are thinking about taking them?
Yes.
What is the main difference between a college class and a high school class?
It's harder and you probably have to do more homework.
There you have it, folks. We're here with Ian Richards. Richie, what college classes are you taking here at the high school?
Taking college pre-calc and college writing 1.
How are you liking those college classes?
Pretty good. They're kind of challenging, which is good.
What would you say the main difference from a regular high school class to a college class here is?
I don't know. They're just more challenging and a lot more work.
A lot more time at home for homework?
For sure.
There you have it, folks. Those are people's thoughts on concurrent classes.
Senior reporter Hayden Scholl here with
Chloe Nelson.
So Chloe, how are your PSEO classes going?
They're hard right now because it's the end of finals, but other than that, they're fine.
That's good. What classes are you taking at M State?
Intro to sociology, general psychology, religions and humanities, and college algebra.
Yeah, it does sound pretty hard. Would you recommend these classes to any other students?
Definitely, but I think if you do PSEO classes that you should start your junior year and see if you like it. So start sooner.
For sure. What is the main difference between a college class here at the school and a college class out at the college?
Well, there's less homework, but there's bigger assignments, so you may have to do more papers. Other than that, you don't really get to see your classmates, so
yeah,
that's about it.
But. Sweet. And How did you hear about these PSEO classes?
From my counselor,
Senior Porter, Hayden Scholl here, signing off with
Chloe Nelson.
Thank you, Chloe.
You're welcome.
Hayden Scholl here with Maverick Calvert.
And Olivia Keller.
So are you guys both enrolling in PSEO classes?
Yes.
Are you guys in the same class?
Yes.
What class is that?
College Otter.
Fun.
At the college.
Would you guys recommend a PSEO class to any other students?
Yes.
Why is that?
It's a great challenge.
Olivia?
I agree with that.
Okay. And what is the main difference between a PSEO class at college instead of a college class here at the school?
It's at the college.
Okay.
You don't have it every day?
So like you have a class like every other day, 2-3 times a week?
Yeah.
Cool beans. Did you hear about these PSEO classes?
My counselor.
My counselor.
Thank you. Senior reporter Hayden Scholl signing up.
Senior reporter Juan Rodriguez here with a lunch update, and Lance Wells will be giving us a tour, and I will be asking him some questions. All right, senior reporter here with Lance Wells. So Lance, can you give us a tour of the lunchroom?
Absolutely. So we're going to head into the food court. You come in along where the dish window is, and you work your way along this hallway. And then the first thing you do is you grab your milk and your tray right here. Sometimes you won't need a tray. Let's say if you're having chicken patty, an apple, and a milk, probably don't need a tray for that, but if you're having something from the salad bar, you will. Right away, you can see we have the main channel. All of these outlets are river themed because this is the River City Food Court. And so we have the main channel. That's going to be your kind of your homemade items. Then over at Tributary West Deli, we have sandwiches. Then over at Watershed Pizza, we have different kinds of pizza. Then down at Tributary East Deli, we have some salads, some yogurt parfaits. We also have lettuce and tomato and onion for like hamburgers and chicken patties and the like. And then all the way down at the end at the Rapids, that used to be Outer Value Meal, and right now that's what we're running off of that. But that's going to be your fast food. That's going to be your hamburgers, chicken patties, popcorn chicken, chicken tenders, all that kind of thing. And then of course back in here, then you can see the 2 salad bars. Now we can get 16, 17, 18 kids around these salad bars all getting salad at the same time. We noticed the kids had a lot more time to choose wisely when they were here. And then on the very, very outside, as you head out where the cash registers are, you've got the 2 fruit bars, and that's what you can do to select your fruit. We have an abundant variety of fruits there.
So Lance, what do you personally think about the change in the lunchroom?
Well, it's super exciting. I mean, to go from something that's been the very boring same for 20 straight years into something that's going to be exciting and dynamic. It's going to be more responsive. We talk about ourselves being more nimble. We can respond to food trends, culinary trends, kids' requests. It makes us a lot more nimble because we're working in groups of 25 to 50 instead of groups of 400 all the time. And so it's very exciting for us. It also creates a creative outlet for the team to be able to come up with new entrees that nobody's ever thought of. So we had the poutine yesterday. We already have a new version of that we're going to do the Philly beef meat with the gravy and the cheese over the fries, and we're already hungry for that. So it's very, very exciting for us. And we hope it's exciting for the kids too.
Is there more coming to the lunchroom later on?
Yes. We'll continue to expand the number of choices. It takes a little bit to kind of get things rolling, but as soon as we get all of the formats in, just about every couple of weeks you'll see something new, and then eventually once we get the menu set, there'll be pace changers. That'll be something radically new that we've never tried before, and we'll just throw out like 30 of them and see how they go. And so there'll be little change-ups all the time, but generally the format's going to stay the same. The next stop for us is going to be the International Confluence Cafe, which is going to be Asian and Mexican food, and so that'll be the next stop for us.
So Danner, what do you think of the new cafeteria setup?
You know, I think it's a pretty good thing. I like that new ZA station.
Yeah, me too. Now we'll move on to some new activities updates.
We'll cover the middle school Andes trips, the speech team, the new hockey training arena, and we'll cover those fine art posters you've been seeing all around town.
Senior reporter Matt Kramer here with
Mary Madison, Community Ed Director.
Mary. How did the ski program start?
13 years ago, a group of people got together, and there was a need for quality after-school time for youth. And this is where Andy's Tower Hills basically was how it was launched, because we knew we needed some activities, and those are the great years where kids aren't in sports yet, and other activities. And so, anyway, that's how it came about.
What age group is this for?
This is for youth 4th grade to 8th grade, and boys and girls both, and it's a great activity. So we are very pleased with it and everything, and this has been going on for 13 years now.
What dates does this happen on?
It's after school on Fridays, and they leave from Kennedy Secondary School on a bus. The cost is $10 per trip for all participants, and that's for the transportation. There's also additional costs for registering at Andy's for skiing and snowboarding, and also 7th and 8th graders have another fee also. Very affordable. If anyone's been skiing over the years for the entire season for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, it's $95.56 for ski and snowboard, $84.83 for skiing only. A great way to learn a skill and also a great physical activity for kids this age. Really concerned about is safety of kids. And we have a lead chaperone, and that's Dennis Bowman, who's on staff with the Fergus Falls School District. And also we have other volunteer chaperones that go to the bus.
So what are the ways we can sign up?
Best way is going to be initially that they come into our office at Community Education, and we are Roosevelt Education Center, 340 Freiburg Avenue. The hockey arena is attached to us. Come on in, because there are different forms that you need complete. There's a season pass agreement that needs to be done, and also an after-school winter sports program season pass registration form that Andy's Tower Hills has us have the students complete, students and parents. And those are the 2 forms, plus then you would pay for the Friday. This is initially. After that, they can go online after the paperwork is completed, and they simply can pay for their transportation online at cefergusotters.org. Very simple. And they need to do this by the end of Wednesday, and that's 2 days before the trip on Friday.
Thank you for your time.
And thank you for offering me this opportunity to talk about a great program.
Senior reporter Thor here, gonna interview Mike Donahoe about speech. Senior reporter Thor here with
Mike Donahoe.
So Mike, how long have you been in speech?
I've been coaching speech here in Fergus for, I would say, 15 or 16 years. I was also a speaker on the speech team when I was in high school here, shortly after electricity was invented.
So for those who don't know who speech is, what is speech?
Speech is a competition. It's a Minnesota State High School League activity, just like football or hockey or those types of activities, where there are different categories of speeches. You know, you have persuasive speeches and you have informative speeches. You have acting in different genres. And it's a sum total of all of that, kind of like a track meet with all its different events.
So when does speech start?
Speech is weird that we really don't have a set season. We begin practicing as soon as we get back from Christmas break. Our first team meeting is going to be that Monday, the 6th, right after school in room 1603. And we start meeting, our meets start towards the end of January, and the state meet is mid-April.
What kind of people are in speech?
We get a diverse group of people. speech. You know, if we look at the teams we compete against, the Moorheads, the Alexandrias, the St. Cloud Techs of the world, they get a wide variety. The theater kids join speech, the student government kids join speech, the Brainiacs join speech. We get a very diverse group, and the very creative join speech because we have events for all of them.
Okay, thank you.
Senior reporter Brady Statham here, going to go interview some students about the speech team. Let's go. Senior reporter Brady Statham here with
Alexis Samuelson.
So Alexis, I hear you've been in speech in the past years. How many years have you been in it?
About 4 years now. I joined in 7th grade.
All right. And how are you liking it so far?
I love speech so much. It's definitely something I look forward to every year.
Who all can join? Like, who have you noticed has been in it?
Anyone can join, and I highly suggest you join because it's a good skill to have. But mostly people, if you really like presenting in front of your class, that's a good skill to already have under your belt, but anyone can join.
Okay. And what would you say your favorite category is for speech?
I've been mostly in informative categories, and I'd say my favorite would be inform because you can do basically anything. You can choose an interest of yours and then just make a speech about it.
That's pretty cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Senior reporter Ethan Danner here with
Pam Muxfeld.
And we're here to ask you some questions about the new dry land facility at the hockey rink. So we're just wondering, when is this going to be done?
It was supposed to be done this fall, and now it's going to be planned for the spring of 2020.
All right. And what is this exactly?
It's a dryland training facility that can be used for multiple sports, but it's primarily right now being focused on the hockey because they're the groups that are putting it together.
And it's got some pretty high-tech equipment. I can see we got a treadmill, some synthetic ice, shooting lanes, some turf to run on, jumping boxes, rushing boxes, a stride trainer. So I mean, this is some serious stuff. What was the budget for this? Is there a budget for this thing?
It started off probably around $4 million, and I think now they're up to about $6.
Wow.
No, 400,000 to 600,000. Sorry. Yeah.
So,
And it's just a difference of different things that they've added into it, and what they want to put, and then also the land out here probably took a little bit more work on it, just because it is bad soils.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of held things up this year with the permits from the state.
but after that, there's not a lot of problems, or is it still kind of a mess?
It's trial and error with any other building project.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Senior reporter Jacob Spangler here with
Austin Rinky.
So, Rinky, what's it like being in music and sports?
It's great. It's a little bit of a grind, but it's all worth it. You know, there's a lot of great people that you meet and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So is it easy to balance between the two?
You know, I'd say it's difficult. It depends on the sport you're in. You know, you and I are in basketball, and those have some long road trips, but no, I think it's definitely worth it, and it's definitely doable.
Right. All right. Thank you, Rinky.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Senior reporter Jacob Spangler here with Mav. So, Mav, what music department are you in?
I am in a cappella choir.
All right. So, and also, what sports do you play?
I play hockey and tennis.
So, do you like being in both?
Yes.
All right. So, are you going to continue to do that in the future?
Yes, I will.
All right. Thank you, Mav.
You're welcome.
Thanks for those updates. Now let's take a look at some exciting new features coming to Fergus Falls.
We'll talk to Mayor Ben Shire about the new upcoming amphitheater, as well as a couple community members about the new and improved MP Park.
All right. So, when will this all start?
Yeah, and I should tell you a little bit what that project's going to entail. It's that 2-block area will have a river balcony. What's called a river balcony. It's basically a river walk that goes out over at the level of the parking lots, so it's accessible. That runs along that 2-block stretch. There'll be a market structure which will house farmers markets, craft markets. We hopefully will be able to make that 3-seasoned so that we can host events in the spring and the fall and weddings and receptions and parties such as that. And then there's a interactive water feature, so basically a splash pad that's on 2 levels, which is pretty neat. And then the amphitheater.
All right. So, how much is it all going to cost?
So we're hoping to
break ground on this next June 1st, and the reason I say that is because back to the cost. It's about a $5 million project total. We've raised $700,000 from the local trust. We have over $5,000 of contributions from individuals and businesses in the community. We've raised, we got a grant for $600,000 from the LCCMR, which is basically the lottery funding, and then we have a request into the state legislature for about $2.25 million, which would be a pretty significant portion of the project. We were in the bill last year. We have every reason to believe that we're going to be in the bill this year. We've worked closely with the state legislature, both the House and the Senate, and also the governor's office. So when they vote on that bonding bill, and all indications are, nothing's ever certain in government, but there will be a bonding bill. We will be in it, and so that'll be the last piece that we need, and we'll break ground on June 1st.
All right, so coming this summer. So what do you think it'll do for our community?
Well, the idea is that we really want to drive people downtown and to help make our downtown businesses more, viable, right? We need private investment in the downtown. So we have limited public funds, and the idea is to use those public funds to leverage private investment. So downtown, the mill, some of these things that are in private hands, just to make those businesses more viable. So if you looked at the example of like the farmers market, downtown, so that they shop at our businesses downtown. Same with the concerts in the park. The idea is that in Fergus Falls, and changing retail climate that we live in the world with big box stores, that's just not what the future holds. So focusing on what makes Fergus Falls unique, what are our assets, and I think that's the historic downtown and the river that runs through it. So again, driving people downtown and leveraging those public dollars to create private development. Just want to say shout out to Duke Cannon and Reno Bambino.
Senior reporter Noel Munson and
Mike Weidrich
about to go interview Sarah Duffy and
Steve Agasa
about the new NP park going in. So Sarah, who will be designing this new park?
We are working with a company out of Delano, Minnesota called Landscape Structures, and they are a playground company that they make innovative and inclusive playground equipment. And so we've established a committee that consists of myself. I was the president of Noon Kiwanis, and so this is somewhat of a project that has been spearheaded by Noon Kiwanis, but it's bigger than Noon Kiwanis because we're looking to raise about $500,000, which for us, an individual service club is a lot to tackle. So I've established a group of community members that are working with the community and Landscape Structures to come up with a design.
So will putting the new park in prevent the park from flooding?
Yeah, one of the main goals in the first question that we asked the city was if we are going to do this playground, we don't want it to flood. Because like I said before, it's we're spending about $500,000 and raising about $500,000 to do this playground. So what the city did is they did a water study to see if we raise the level of the playground footprint itself, if the remaining part of the park could be a stormwater basin, because that's what MP Park was designed to be. So we got the green light on that, and we are allowed to raise the footprint of the playground level with the street. So the remaining part of the park will be lower, but the playground will be level with the street, and then it'll kind of be bermed down, and so there'll be a slope there down to the lower part of the playground.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Senior Michael Weidrich here with
Steve Vegasa.
All right, so Steve, you're building a new NP park, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a few questions for you. So first one is, when's it going to be up?
Well, depending on when we get the money to build it. If we get the money in as early, we could start construction early as this summer.
All right, so what's the whole project?
Okay, well, I mean, everybody knows that NP Park floods, right? And we've got this shiny new library right across the street from it. And the original idea was just to make that whole area a place that a family could come and spend an afternoon instead of going to the other places around Fergus Falls, not in Fergus Falls. And we also wanted to make sure that it was accessible for people with disabilities, which the other parks has that, but we needed something that was a little bit more. So it's not just for, handicapped or disabled, but it's going to be something for everybody, but not everything. for everybody, if that makes sense. So it's just going to be a really nice area for people to, it's going to draw people in. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This town is hopping.
You got that right. And before we go, we're going to leave you with some student projects. Thanks for keeping up with us this semester.
This is our last Otter update, but in a couple of months, you'll be watching the second semester video production class give you the news we hope you enjoyed. Goodbye, KSS, and keep it classy.
Let's go, boys. We may play them 10 times, we may lose 9, but not tonight. Tonight is our night. We're gonna shut them down because we can. I'm sick and tired of hearing how good they are. Tonight is our night. Let's go, boys. We're gonna bring it to them. We're gonna dangle. Dangle. We're gonna snipe. Snipe. And we're gonna sell it. Yeah.
Dangle sniper Selly. Dangle sniper Selly. Dangle sniper Selly. Man, I'm gonna make a million. Dangle sniper Selly. Dangle sniper Selly, man, I'm gonna make a million. Got my backhand toe drags, my dangles, they be perfect. Slick on the ice, boy, I'm ice game surfing. I'll climb your errors. This is like a circus, 3-on-3 in summer league, your efforts, they be worthless. I dangle sniper Selly, I dangle sniper Selly. Got my flow iced out, and my dangles, they be chilly. You can catch me on my telly, I got dangles on my speed dial. I don't need to think about it, baby, it's a freestyle. Call it just dangles, then I'm hitting top cheese. Got these benders breaking ankles, sniping tenders when I please. D-town stunners, yeah, we going for the whiteout. Cages and the shells and the dangles, we be iced out. You know I got the haters in my ear like a Bluetooth, blowing up the game, popping off like a moon roof. Acting like a rookie, put the key in the ignition. I can serve you up some dangles, pussy, welcome to my kitchen. Just dangle sniper Selly, man, you know that's my ambition. You want tickets to my dangle fest, you have to pay admission. Yeah, this a remix, I'm a lyrical magician, cause it's dangle sniper Selly, it's the limited edition. Dangle sniper Selly, dangle sniper Selly, dangle sniper Selly, man, I'm gonna make a milli. Dangle sniper Selly, dangle sniper Selly, dangle sniper Selly, man, I'm gonna make a milli.
I'm a goofy goober! You're a goofy goober! We're all goofy goobers! Goofy, goofy, goober, goober! Put your toys away! Well, all I gotta say when you tell me not to play, I say no way! No way! No, 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 no way! I'm a kid, you say. When you say I'm a kid, I say it again. And then I say thank you very much. So if you're thinking that you'd like to be like me, go ahead, try. The kid inside will set you free. I'm a goofy goober. You're a goofy goober. We're all goofy goobers. Goofy, goofy, goober, goober, yeah!
That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it?